So, welcome to Python Programming Language video tutorials by Shine India Pvt Limited. So, in this class, I would like to discuss a few topics. So, let me chalk out the topics in which we would like to discuss in this video tutorial. So, the first one is what is IDE? And second concept is what are the popular IDEs we have? And the third concept is what is IDE? And fourth concept is how to install IDE in our system. And finally, we will be discussing the modes which are available in the IDE. So these are the 5 topics in which I would like to cover in this video tutorial. So let's discuss the first one. So what is IDE? So let's start with the first one. So what is IDE? So it is very important question even in interviews. So IDE full form is Integrated Development Environment. So let me write it here. Integrated Development Environment. So this is what the full form of IDE. So now let's discuss in detail what is meant by IDE. So IDE is a software application. It is a software application which has a combination of tools, that is text editors, and the second one is compilers, and the next one is decompilers and debuggers, etc. Right? So it's a software application which has a combination of tools such as text editors, compilers, decompilers, and debuggers. Now, what is the role of this software application? So the role of the software application is to provide some facilities. So in order to provide some facilities for whom? For programmers. What is the purpose? To develop the softwares. So you can easily remember what is meant by IDE. So let me explain in detail once again. Right? So IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. It is a software application, so which is having a combination of tools such as text editors, compilers, decompilers, and debuggers, etc. So what is the role of this software application? It provides some facilities for whom? Computer programmers. What is the purpose of providing some facilities for programmers in order to develop the softwares? So this is what IDE stands for. So I hope it is clear to everybody. Now let me show a few popular IDEs. Okay. So I'm going to show you a few popular IDEs. So Ninja IDE. So this is one of the popular IDE, and the next one is a Spider. Okay. So these are the IDEs where you can write and execute your programs and you could develop your softwares. So let me show you a few more. So Eclipse, it is also one of the famous Python IDE, and Django. So one more is Beware and Coder's Diaries. So the next one is Array, and the next one is Bing. So the next one is PyCharm. So it is very important IDE. So majority of the companies, they are using PyCharm. So Jupyter is also one of the famous popular Python IDE. So apart from these, so you may see one more IDE, that is IDLE. So let us discuss what is IDLE. So this IDLE is also one of the IDE, right? So what is the full form of IDLE? Integrated Development Learning Environment. So let me write it here. The full form of IDLE is Integrated Development Learning Environment. So this is what the full form of IDLE, right? So which has been bundled default implementation of the program. So IDLE full form is Integrated Development Learning Environment. It is also one of the Python IDEs. It is also one of the Python IDE, which has been bundled the default implementation of the programs or long wave, right? So default implementation of the long wave. So I hope it is clear to everybody. Now I'll be showing you so how to install IDLE in our system. So to install so Python IDLE in your system, so you have to open this website, that is python.org, right? So where you could identify all the info related to Python. So let me open this browser. Let me open python.org. So further, you just try to open the browser. Here, you could type python.org and then click enter. So this is the site where you will be getting all the info related to Python. So now, in order to install Python IDLE in your PC, so you have to go for download, and then you could see all releases, and you could identify here the latest version of Python, which is what 3.13.0. Let's see all the releases. Now you just try to go down. You could identify here new version of Python IDLE. So which is what 3.13.0. So this is what the date in which we got the new release. So I hope it is clear to everybody. So I'm going to click it on and then go down. So you'll be getting all the features in detail information will be there. So if you want, you could read it. So you just try to come down and then you could identify here files, right? So based on your operating system, you just try to so click on the file you want. So mine is a Windows 64-bit operating system. So in order to download IDLE in my PC, I'm going to click it on over here. So obviously download started and it has been completed. So now you just try to double click on it. So it has been installing now, right? So I have to install it now. Now you just give all the privileges over here and then you just try to click this checkbox as well. So which means python.executable to path. So this will really helps you when we are using command prompt. So that is the reason. So you have to click it over here, right? So now let us install it. So if you want, you can install now, or else you can go for the customized installation. So I'm going for the customized installation. Now you could see here. So you have to click on every checkbox over here. So this is what tick enter module. So try to click it over here as well, right? And then you just try to go next, right? So install Python 3.13 for all users, right? So you have to click on this checkbox as well, right? And then you just try to install Python IDLE. So this is what the path where I'm going to install it. You could verify later after completion of the installation, right? So we are going to place it in the C drive and then program files and then Python 313, right? So let us install it. So it would be taking couple of minutes so for installation. So be patient. Yes. So setup was successful. You just try to close it. Right. Now let us open our IDLE. So to open IDLE, so first you have to click on the Windows and then so try to type IDLE. So you could click over here. Now it has been opened, right? Now, let us verify whether this IDLE is properly working or not. So to check, so let us write so one greeting message here. So welcome to Talent Camp, India Private Limited. So let us close it and click enter. Yes, it is perfectly working, right? So I hope you could understand how to install Python IDLE in your system, right? So if you want to verify the version so that you could see here itself. So we have installed Python 3.13.0 or else, so you could write a small code here that is import sys module. So we discussed already, right? So sys dot version. So in this case also, you will be getting the output, right? So I hope everybody is clear, right? Now, let me discuss the different modes which are available in this IDLE. So this mode, we can call it as interactive mode. So we have two different modes in IDLE. So let us talk about the modes which are available in IDLE. So the first one is interactive mode. And the second one is a script mode. So we have two variety of modes which are available in IDLE. So let's discuss interactive mode. So it is working like a command line shell, which gives uh, immediate feedback for each statement. So it is an interactive mode. So in interactive mode, so it is working like command line shell, so which gives immediate feedback for each statement. So let me explain you in detail, right? So if you see this mode, we can call it as an interactive mode. Suppose if you type one and click enter, you will be getting immediate feedback over here, right? Suppose if I type here hi and then click enter, you will be getting immediate response, right? For each statement, you will be getting immediate response. So it is like a command line shell, right? So which gives what immediate feedback for each statement. Suppose I would like to calculate 1 plus 2. So let us type 1 plus 2 and then click enter. It calculates and provides the result there itself, right? I hope it is clear to everybody, right? So now I'm going to write one print statement, print of, so 4 plus 9. So let us execute it. So you will be getting immediate feedback, which is 13. So this mode, we can call it as interactive mode. Okay. So we have other mode also, that is script mode. So in interactive mode, what will happen? You will be getting immediate feedback. for each statement. So now you could check it out, script mode. So script modes are re-editable, okay, and reusable. So scripts can be reusable and editable as well. Okay. So let me explain you in detail what is script mode. Let me show you what is script mode. So if you see, this is what an interactive mode. If you want to go for the script mode, so you have to click on this file and then click new file, right? So this is what script mode. To open the script mode, so you can go for the file menu. You can go for the file menu, sorry, and then you could try to click on new file. So or else you will be having a shortcut key as Control plus N. So you may use this shortcut as well in order to open script mode, right? So let us go for interactive mode and you could click Control N. So hence you will be getting script mode. So here you could write your code, right? So let us write our code here. Suppose A equal to 3. I am writing. So B equal to 4, right? So let us print A plus B, right? So if you want to execute it, so you may use F5, so function 5, right? Or else you could go for run and then click run module, right? So you could identify here the shortcut key that is F5. So I'm going to click it over here and then it is asking where we can save this script. So this is what the script source code, right? So where we can save our code. So I'm going to save it. Okay. So I'm going to save it on my desktop. And so I'm typing. So I'm giving the file name as my first code, right? So no need to give the extension. It automatically takes .py. So let us save it. Once saved, so that output comes to the interactive mode. You may not see in the script mode. So output you are getting 7 on the interactive mode. If you see the previous outputs remains there, right? If I close this window, so these previous outputs will be vanished. Okay. So let us close it and I'm going to run once again. You could see the difference once again. Now we got the output. So what about the previous outputs? All are vanished. Okay. So I hope it is clear to everybody, right? Sir, if I want to increase the size of uh, each character over here, so you could go for options and then you could go for configure ideally. So here you may identify you could increase your size. I just want to place it 25. So if you want to change font over here, you could change your font as well. So you could change the size of characters. And if you want to change the font, you could change your font as well as per your requirement. So we have a plenty of fonts which are available over here. Suppose if I want to use Times New Roman, you could click Times New Roman and you could click OK. So automatically the font will be changed. So I hope everybody is clear with this one, right? So let me explain in a nutshell what we discussed. So in this particular tutorial, so we discussed about what is IDE, right? So IDE stands for what? It's a software application, right? So which has been a combination of tools that is text editors, compilers, decompilers, and debuggers. So what it is going to do, it provides some facilities for whom computer programmers. For what? In order to develop softwares, right? So this is what an IDE, right? So, and then we discussed about popular Python IDEs we have. So we have, these are the popular IDEs we discussed already. So, and then we have been discussed about IDLE. So what is IDLE? Stands for Integrated Development Learning Environment. So which is what? So it gives a default implementation of the long base, right? So which has been bundled with a default implementation of the long base. Okay. So how to install Python IDLE, we have seen. So in order to install Python IDLE, you have to open python.org. So, and then you could use latest version of Python, and then you could download as per your operating system, right? So mine is a 64 operating system, 64-bit operating system. So I have downloaded as per my requirement. So you could download as per your requirement. And once it has been installed, you may see two different modes. So what are the different modes we have and available? So we have two different modes. That is what? Interactive mode and script mode. Right? In interactive mode, what will happen? It provides immediate feedback for each statement. So it is working like a command line shell. Okay. So so we will be getting immediate feedback in the interactive mode. Whereas script mode, what will happen? So scripts are reusable. So if you want to edit the code, you can edit the code as well as per your requirement later, right? So once interactive mode has been opened, so you have to go for the file menu and you have to click on new file, or else you may use Control+N in order to go for script mode, right? So let me show you the interactive mode and script mode. So this is what the interactive mode. So once script has been saved, if you want to change it, you could change. So let me write here 42 and I'm going to run once again. So let us save it and then run. So you could see the output. So which is what? 45. So I hope it is clear to everybody. Right. So if you have any doubts, try to post your doubts in the comment box regarding this video. So I'll try to answer those. So if you like my video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.